Yep, and I harvested a couple more.
Oops, I seem to have picked up one of Keebs' golems, I think.
Oops.
Is that what he's looking for?
I have no idea. I was asking him, he seems to dove into Thaumcraft again here.
Yeah, he did it all in one night.
Sorry, seem to have picked up your
It was
worker.
amazing.
Hell, that's the way I feel about you and your giant Tower of Doom.
Ah, that's taken a week to do. I mean, he really did do the Thaumcraft in one night. I'm wondering whether he found a wiki somewhere that told him exactly what he needed to research, because he seemed to zoom through it so much. Oh, he's got his bugs up.
Yeah, I was listening to him chirp away.
Well, them are the cicadas. He
All
put
the
some of
light
them up as
bulbs.
well.
Yep.
The ones that light up are fireflies. The one that make the noise are the cicadas.
See, you've got your fireflies up.
Here it is. Yeah.
Yep.
And the cicada. Homage to ATITD.
I've got my sound down to 5%, so can't hear it.
Homage to ATITD.
Heartbeat, you noise fiend.
A Tale in the Desert. We'll have to do that sometime. 3 or 4
A Tale in the Desert.
Yeah, the 3 or 4 of us will have to subscribe for a month or two and go in and play a real crafting MMO. Because that's the only thing there is to do in that game is craft. It was an awful lot of fun, though. Yeah, it's set in, quote, ancient Egypt. And yeah, you start kind of like here with Minecraft. You punch a tree and you make a crafting table off, you know, get a piece of wood, break it into a log, break the log into planks, make a crafting table, and go from there.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. There you gather dirt, you gather like dirt or mud, you make a well, actually you gather sticks first. You gather sticks, you make a brick drying mat, you gather some mud, you make bricks from it, and then you just go from there.
Wow.
And yeah, it was a fun game. We played it probably when we played in Tale of the Desert 3, I think, is the one we started in. I played the last half of Tale in the Desert 3 and like the first half of Tale in the Desert 4. It's a little bit different MMO. Being that it's a small one, number one, there's probably only, when I was playing, there was only like 5,000 or 6,000 people total that played it. It's the work of the brainchild of one guy. He goes by the name of Tepe. He's Pharaoh Tepe. I think it's him and like 2 or 3 other guys that program it, kind of like Mojang. And
It like free on tiny render distance, A.
And it has an end to it. It's like they call the tales. I think they're up to tale number 6 right now. What they do is it starts out that way. Everybody starts out with the game. They'll start a new tale, and the tale starts. Everybody starts out blank. You all go run. You know, start building your stuff.
Need 2 heads.
And as the game progresses, more and more stuff gets added into it. More and more difficult challenges and riddles and all that kind of stuff that changes from tale to tale.
Not mine.
And then there's an end game. After like 6 to 9 months, the game ends.
There's a whitehead nearby you
There's
can
an
take.
End game. It's the end game is usually everybody is building the monuments. Like one year everybody had to basically get together and build pyramids, and one year everyone kind of built sphinxes and that kind of thing.
Watch this guy.
These big monuments that require, multiple people working on them. It was a lot of fun.
Harvester.
Really the game that got me into
Yep.
into the crafting type games like this.
They don't pick up the stuff.
All he does is harvest.
I've never even heard of it. It's unusual.
Wow. So a harvesting golem.
Hmm.
Kind of random. He just seems to break one every now and then for some reason.
And is it a game that you can still get, or?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I said, A Tale in the Desert. I think they're up to the Tale number 6 now, maybe, or Tale number 7. It's actually a Java game like this. It's a Java browser game. It runs in your browser.
Do you run this in your browser? I don't.
No, but remember, original Minecraft was. And in fact, I guess they still on their website, the original website they go to, they got what they call the Minecraft Classic, which will still play in the browser.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just plays in your browser. Yeah, Tale in the Desert 6 is what's currently going on.
Need something else to pick up.
And that one started back in October.
What is this guy at end of Netherwart Farm?
Yep, sometime go to www.atitd.com.
Wooden golems pick things up, don't they?
atitd.com.
Right. And yeah, you'll see all the stuff about it there. Like I said, they're in Tale number 6 right now. It started back in October. And usually the Tales, you can jump in at any time, but the Tales usually go for about 6 to 9 months, something like that, and then the game finishes and then they start the next one. They'll start Tale number 7, you know.
The straw guy will harvest, and he's smart, so he replants.
That thing's just running around smashing melons up and all sorts. Saying, oh my god, what have you got me doing?
Yeah, I was watching him run from avenue to avenue, and then occasionally he'd just smash something and go flying in the air.
Helping with laundry.
Wooden golem for the 2.
I wish I had a wooden golem to do my laundry.
Oh, with the way I iron, it'd probably do it better job.
Yeah, that's kind of how I guess, this kind of stuff we kind of stumbled on before Minecraft came along. It's why I think Minecraft appealed to us so much, is because we were playing EverQuest and we all got burned out, and you know, it had its run with us.
Yeah.
And so we stopped playing EverQuest, and then there was a long period of time there where we didn't play anything. I mean, I didn't play an MMO for about a year after that. I was into getting back into the single-player games and that kind of thing. And then I think it was RuneScape. Chris discovered RuneScape and got us into it, and we played it for about 6 months. And it was fun. You know, yeah. I'm certainly not going to knock it. Yeah, it's kind of a kiddie game and that kind of stuff to a degree, but it's still a lot of fun. You know, the quests are fun and the crafting is fun, even if it's the skill system anyway. Even if it is kind of mindless, just sitting there clicking over and over and over again. I mean, it was still fun and entertaining and everything. But we ran its course, like I said, 6 to 9 months, and then after that we discovered A Tale in the Desert. And probably played it for about 6 or 9 months.
Won't go to ATITD Internet Explorer because it says there's a problem with the security certificate, and it's a dodgy site.
Yeah,
I can choose to override that.
We get those problems every now and then. One of the webcomics I read, Something Positive, had that problem the other day. For some reason, the Google or whatever, Chrome or whatever, was saying its certificate expired, and they were, you know, it was being listed as a malware site, and the guy the author of the comic was going, "Damn it."
Are you sure that's the right site, ATITD? It's gone to some Apache server thing, and
just Google A Tale in the Desert then, and that'll take you there to whichever site it is.
Yeah, it says ATITD.com.
Yeah.
When I went there, it just said Apache server something. And it was doing something funny.
I had no idea. Yeah, it took me straight to it.
Don't get that. This time it's gone straight to the page as normal. No problem, no thinking, no nothing. Really weird. So it's an MMO, is it?
Yes, it is. But a different one.
The last post was in 2011. And what is it? Is it like a first person? Is it a
Liz?
Like this is where you're crafting, or is it
Prettier than your
done like with lots of tiny little stickmen type things?
It's third person.
Oh yeah, well.
Okay, book the date.
Yeah, the last news is 2011,
Zeus,
but if you
the
look
smart
up
way
to
to
the
take
event
it.
calendar, you'll see the stuff from 2013. Yeah.
Why are you not? Are
I
you
don't
not
know why
up
the
to the
last news
standard
is
of
2011,
my
but-
awesomeness?
Charlem was posting in one of the things.
What is it saying?
City. Okay, good.
It used to be one of my viewers, Charlem War.
Okay, there's a fire in the city, but your firefighters are on top of it.
Business needs more tourists? The hell?
Yeah, yeah. Look at all the stuff
And
you
there
have to
goes
manage,
my
bro.
pay.
On the
Where the heck-
forum, he's got one of the topics. So it's all ancient Egypt then, is it?
Yes, yes. It's set in ancient Egypt. You build your settlements along the Nile River.
Okay, back.
If it hasn't changed from back, like I said, I played in A Tale number 3 and A Tale number 4, so that's been quite a while back.
And ha.
But But yeah, everything is set in Egypt. Egypt is divided into 6 or 7 different districts, and you know, you choose which district you want to move into, and you can eventually, I mean, you can build your houses anywhere if you want to. We had you have your main base, and then you can build other bases. Like I said, back then you could build other bases, and the only thing was is that you had to, your main base was protected. You had kind of like in this game where you have your spawn anchor.
Yeah.
You know, you can put down a spawn anchor and always keep that loaded. You had something similar in A Tale in the Desert. Your main building that you built, your main, they called it, what was it, compound. Your main compound was protected. You had like a cornerstone, and you built it with a cornerstone, and it never deteriorated. You could build other buildings, but they would deteriorate over time, and you had to constantly go in and go back to them and repair them and that sort of thing. And then they would occasionally, like over Christmas time, they gifted everybody a second cornerstone so you could protect one more compound and keep it from deteriorating and that sort of thing. But yeah, you basically chose what area of Egypt you wanted to play in, along the Nile or out in the desert or whatever, and that's where you built your compound and grouped up with other people, and the various districts kind of competed against each other. And it was much like this, you know, not anywhere near graphically or all, but the concept was the same of resource collection and crafting. That's what you spent all your time doing. You were either collecting resources or you were making stuff out of them.
And were there, you know, like in this, there's mobs that get in your way. Is there anything like that in that?
No. No. At least not back then. And I doubt things have changed a lot. No, the whole concept, it was, the game wasn't about, you know, he didn't have any kind of
survival aspects.
Yeah, no survival aspects. It was entirely about crafting and that sort of stuff.
I need to make a bunch of
And
golems.
even then, I can't say entirely about crafting, because there's various schools. There's like 6 or 7 different schools.
Need anything
There's
for
a
that?
school of art, in which case you get a bunch of stuff and you build statues and things out of them. There's a political thing. That's one of the things in the game, is that the school of politics, people propose laws. And you propose, I think there should be a law that does this. And if enough people, you put it up for a vote and it stays up for a vote for a week or two, there's voting booths scattered all over the world. And people vote on it, and if it gets enough votes, they will code it into your game, and your suggestion becomes law. And you get points for it to advance you along in the law school.
Shift right click that G.
Shift right click that.
Wait.
And wait. What the hell? Wait or click. Make up your mind.
Or open it and take the little green book into your inventory. See if you can pick it up.
Nope. Just kick around.
Just right click it and take the book out.
Okay. Take the book out. Oh, okay. Okay.
Put that at your place to make a port there.
Alright, cool, thanks. For instance, in Tale of the Desert 3, you come into a problem after a while, is that one of the problems that they had back then is that when a new tale starts, everybody jumps in. So you get like 5,000 or 6,000 people who are playing every day.
His place. The Gnome Shack is a little old place where we can get together.
Everybody's into it, and then, you know, they're really working toward, oh, like, let's build stuff, let's build stuff, let's build stuff. It's kind of like here. Imagine, you know, here with BuildCraft and
Gnome Shack, baby.
The Dire Wolf Pack and everything. You've got all this stuff to make.
Yeah.
And then once you rush through it and build everything, and, you know, you kind of get tired. It's like, okay, I've created everything that it's possible to create. You know, people start drifting away from it then. And they don't usually come back until, you know, so you're talking about 3 or 4 months with a lot of activity, and then you've got 3 or 4 months without a lot of activity, where just the kind of the hardcore players are playing.
Take any pearls or gold
Everybody's
you want
waiting
from
for
Atlantis.
the final
Keebs.
challenges to come out. It's like, okay, we all need to build a pyramid, so everybody's waiting for that to happen, that kind of thing.